no, this is
Aishwarya
nothing but an
Mahadev,
exercise of
respond to
Parivartan.
what you're hearing from Rajdeep and Shehzad. Shashi Tharoor complaining of extremely serious irregularities, additional names being added, no contact numbers, no addresses. This Shehzad calls a fake and fabricated election. It almost seems as if he's been picked to be the driver for the Gandhis who are sitting in the backseat of the Congress car.
Good evening, Rahul. First and foremost, obviously, Shehzad is very impassioned by this entire process because we know what happened to him the last time around. But let me answer two things. And, before I get to exactly what you asked me, Rahul, first of all, the manner of speaking, whether it is what you've said or even what Shehzad has alluded to, is disrespectful and absolute disregard for two things. One, that there was actually a collegium of voters, over 9,000, close to 10,000 voters, me included, from the state of Karnataka. And how was I elected? It was based on the memberships that we had, and I was nominated from my block, Shehzad, and I indeed am one of the youngest voters in this election itself. And you cannot disregard the fact that there was democracy in the process of not only selecting voters, and the fact is it was their choice at the end of the day. The second thing is, in this whole idea and this talk...
If it's not awkward to ask on live TV, Aishwarya, who did you pick and why?
To be very honest, I'm a true blue Kannadiga, and I can tell you with all the conscious, the sort of empowered feeling I had as being one of the youngest voters, I did choose Mr. Kharge, because in Karnataka...
Okay, so let me build on that. As a young, articulate voice of the Congress, looking out into the future, why do you think someone like a Mallikarjun Kharge, and with no disrespect to him at all, is better than a Shashi Tharoor to guide your party into the future?
I think first and foremost, this entire misnomer, this sort of disregard for the fact that Mr. Kharge has experience that is extremely necessary from a labor leader with over 50 years of experience, from the work that he has done, whether it is in my state as PCC chief or even in the union. I think you cannot disregard at any point the manner in which he has fought for the people of this country. And as being a congressman, for me, I've had the pride and the honor of having worked with Mr. Kharge.
But
let me point out one thing.
Now, Mr. Kharge is 80 years old. If you were in
Rahul,
a board, just 1 second, as a shareholder, you're picking a chief executive, you're looking at the runway, you're looking into the future, you're saying who can carry our company into the future, you won't pick an 80-year-old chief executive.
To make this assumption that just because somebody is of a certain age does not mean they're incompetent whatsoever. I can tell you this: the man may be 80 or however old, but the manner in which he connects with us, the manner in which he's given us the opportunity, the manner in which he allows us to function, the manner in which he bridges workers across the board, whether it is language, whether it is state, the manner in which he does is absolutely, truly spectacular. And I have absolutely no sort of sense of anything but pride in saying this is the person that I had the vote for as one of the younger voters, and I voted for him. And this entire conversation of saying he was the party choice, he was the leadership's choice, takes away from the fact that he's a remarkable statesman in himself. You cannot take away from him because of these false
What did he do as leader of the
patronization.
opposition in the Rajya Sabha, which gave you the confidence that here's a man who can take on Modi, Shah and Yogi?
Whether it was opposition or not, whether it was when he was Labour Minister, whether it was Railways Minister, whether as my PCC chief in Karnataka, and mind you, this was the man that administered land reforms in my state, and a majority of people in my state now have land because of the reforms that came in because of him. And the manner in which he has tackled the opposition with dignity, with force, and the respectable manner in which he's kept parliamentary discussion is something I absolutely respect and truly value, Rahul. And I think...
How is he better than Tharoor? I'm just trying to understand from the mind of a young Congress voter, forget what the rest of the country thinks, why do you think he's better than Tharoor for your future?
Rahul, to be very honest, I think both of them were absolutely wonderful candidates. I think both of them brought a lot to the table, and I think both of them had a lot to offer for the party. I'm not going to talk about who's better. It is a manner of functioning. And for me personally, I'm sure there are a lot of people in my party that believed the other candidate, however it is, fought a wonderful battle also. But for me personally, and I was allowed to vote... The other
candidate is not Lord Voldemort. You're not naming poor Shashi. He fought a good fight.
He absolutely did, and I have absolute respect for him. I have a great amount of pride in saying he's also from the south of India, and I think he's represented us globally and as a minister and done a fantastic job. But for me, I do not want to make it a comparative of both these party men.